During one of his monologues this week, late-night talk show host Jimmy Kimmel, as he usually does, absolutely torched Donald Trump. Now, unfortunately, due to the way that ABC, likes to claim content and doesn't like people sharing it, we're unable to show the clip, but let me explain to you what happened. Following Donald Trump's victory in Iowa on Monday, where he did receive an overwhelming number of the votes, later in the week, Jimmy Kimmel addressed the fact that Donald Trump did pull off a massive victory in Iowa, and then he started talking about how weird it is that Donald Trump is able to pull in all these evangelical voters. And then he talked about something that I talked about a couple weeks ago, that weird ad that's going around the internet that says, God gave us Trump, right? Because God, according to the ad, wanted a man who's going to wake up in the wee hours of the morning and start working and then keep working till well after midnight and all that nonsense. These Republicans overwhelmingly do believe that God gave us Donald Trump. And before we get into what Kimmel did, it's important to point out that earlier this week, Mike Johnson, the Republican Speaker of the House, was asked by reporters like, hey, if, God dictates what happens, do you think God gave us President Biden? And Mike Johnson had to say yes. And Kimmel pointed that out as well. So at that point, Kimmel said Trump's going to be pissed about that. But then Kimmel decided to take the God gave us Trump ad and decided to recut it, the same voiceover, but with footage of what actually happened during Donald Trump's administration. There was footage of Donald Trump in front of his big fast food hillbilly buffet that he had at the White House multiple times. There was footage of Donald Trump partying with Jeffrey Epstein, which of course was before he was president of the United States. There was footage of the Capitol riot. There was the footage of Donald Trump walking up to Air Force One with the toilet paper hanging off his shoe. There was him looking directly at the eclipse, even though we were all told don't look directly at it. Pictures of him wrestling back when he was, involved in the whole WWE stuff. Hugging Kanye in the Oval Office. There's just so many clips that they put in there with this voiceover of God gave us Trump. But after Kimmel played the original ad, he said, even Jesus was like, Jesus, Kimmel said after playing the original clip. And the newly edited version from Kimmel ended with skywriting that said, sorry world, God. So God apologized in Jimmy Kimmel's version for giving us Donald Trump. Now, the thing I love about this, as per usual, is that this is being done on an outlet where people are not tuning in for political news. And that is the power of this. People tune into Jimmy Kimmel to be entertained. It's something they want to hear. Maybe you want to hear it as you go to sleep. Maybe you're just looking for a late night laugh. You're not looking for political news. You're not looking to see a Republican presidential candidate just get absolutely skewered for being the most amoral person that we've ever seen run for president, yet for some reason the evangelicals are lining up behind you. And that's the issue that Kimmel's talking about. And he does it in a humorous way, right? He's pointing out to everybody watching the show that it is ridiculous for anyone in this country to think that Donald Trump is a man of God. If God did send us Trump, as I've said repeatedly, he did it to punish us for something. Instead of sending us swarms of locusts, he gave us swarms of MAGA freaks storming the Capitol. Instead of any of the other plagues, we got Donald Trump and the whole MAGA movement with Marjorie Taylor Greene and Matt Gaetz. If God sent these people, it was to punish us. And we need to figure out what we did wrong for God to punish us this way and try to make it right. Hi, everyone. This here is little Athena. And Athena would like to know why you haven't subscribed to Fair and Balanced yet. So please, don't let Athena down. Subscribe today.